Alright, so I'm sure most of you guys have already heard about the rumors and leaks that a new Mario Kart is in development, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. But before I do that, we actually have to talk about something Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, because surprisingly, something brand new just got announced for the game. So tonight we got our next Spirit event announced for Smash, and as you may recall, they've been recycling the old Spirit events for the past few months. With the DLC being over and being told no more new major fighter adjustments would be happening after the last patch, we assumed that likely meant no more new spirits would be added to the game. The last new spirits were for Metroid Dread, and since they were just repeating old events since November 19th, and just over the last couple months, it seemed very likely Smash Ultimate was done adding anything we hadn't seen already. Well, our next Spirit event actually has a brand new spirit. Spirit Event, the 35th anniversary of Street Fighter with a Stronger Than Me, will be held for 5 days from 1/14 Friday, in commemoration of the 35th anniversary of the series. The spirits of the Street Fighter series and the new spirit, Ryu, who woke up to the wave of murderousness, will appear on the spirits board. So Evil Ryu is getting a spirit with this event, and that's a new spirit we don't have yet in Ultimate. Which of course means we prematurely close the door to new spirits and new spirit events. Those apparently can, in fact, still happen. Alright, so this is just mildly cool for most people. If you're a major Smash fan and like collecting spirits in the game, then yeah, it's pretty cool. But it's just spirits that can still happen, and since people get disappointed over Mii costumes happening for characters, having spirits still around doesn't matter too much to most people, right? Well, actually, there's some pretty cool stuff that might happen due to this revelation. First off, it means the door is still open for game series to join Smash Ultimate. While yes, just as spirits, it's still pretty awesome and a huge honor to be involved in Smash in any form. So as for the whole celebration of gaming aspect of Smash, some future game titles could now get a spirit event and add to the massive collection of gaming history that is Smash Ultimate. So that's pretty cool just from an archival testament of gaming itself point of view. But the really interesting thing about this is that it actually lends itself to some pretty interesting speculation. We had some characters from game series that didn't make it in as spirits for Smash Ultimate, when most would have assumed those characters would get some kind of representation in Smash. Most notably, I'm referring to Porky and Sylix. The whole why doesn't Porky have a spirit, why is Porky missing thing was the main point for why Porky maybe could become a playable fighter in Smash when people were debating who our DLC characters would be. Porky, of course, has some major Smash history, so to not even give him a spirit was a bit strange, especially when the Mother series even got a spirit event of its own and still he wasn't added during that. Well, obviously at this point, no more new playable fighters are going to be added to Smash. However, there was another theory as to why Porky's spirit might be missing. And with new spirits back on the table, this Porky theory is now back in play. The theory was, maybe they didn't give Porky a spirit because something Mother is in the works. And then when that happens, it will get a spirit event, and Porky will be added into Smash then. It's a good reason to hold off on adding Porky if something new for the Mother series was in the works behind the scenes that we don't know about, and they wanted to add him in when that gets announced or released or whatever. Especially if whatever this new hypothetical Mother project could be would be giving him a new design or something. It would be a reason to hold off on the spirit because you want to show off that new design in Smash and not use an old render of Porky or an old sprite or something for a spirit. So perhaps one of the Mother games could be getting a remake. That's been a rumor for a while, actually. Though any Mother rumors are generally met with disdain, as it's been a long time waiting for some basic things like Mother 3 to get a Western release. That's basically a meme at this point. It just feels kind of hopeless to think the Mother series could actually be getting anything major that's new like that. But all that pessimism aside, it is certainly possible. The Link's Awakening remake had a style that's just perfect for the Mother series, and I'm sure fans would be ecstatic to get a remake that looked similar. Now, of course, getting this Evil Ryu spirit doesn't mean something Mother is in the works secretly, but it means the mystery of Porky's missing spirit is now reopened, and the possible reasoning being that he will get a spirit with a new design for something happening in the near future for the Mother series is a pretty logical theory. You can decide for yourself where you stand on that one, but I think it's definitely at least possible. As for Sylix, once again a character we'd suspect would likely get a spirit, but didn't, and for a while now there's been rumors Sylix will play a major role in Metroid Prime 4. So if Prime 4 comes out and does get a spirit event, and we know that new spirits can still be added to Ultimate, yeah, it might make sense that they purposefully held off on Sylix, giving him a spirit, so that one can be added during a Prime 4 spirit event, with his new updated design for that game. Obviously, this is all highly speculative, but I think it's actually pretty exciting new spirits can still happen. And if you like getting speculative, like myself, the implications here, especially for Porky, could be pretty cool. Whether anything happens or not, I have no idea, but even if nothing exciting happens with Porky or Sylix, it's still cool we can see new faces added to Smash Ultimate with new spirits back on the table. Okay, so now let's talk about this Mario Kart stuff. As always, this is just a rumor, and I'm going to dive deep into speculation about it, so if it doesn't come to pass, these things happen, don't take rumors as 100% confirmation. Anyway, for those of you who haven't heard these rumors, I'll first explain what's been going on. So back in mid-December, Marco Maru wrote this on Twitter. It says, I have been talking about a new racing game by Nintendo, since 2 to 3 years ago. The project started as a racing game to be around Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as an alternative, but not as a Mario Kart. But apparently things changed a little bit since last time I heard about it. The main idea and best way to describe it was like a Mario Kart X Super Smash Bros., with a big focus on the online community with lots of weekly stuff to do and new ways to race, not just karts and bikes, and new ways to take down other racers. The thing is, after the insane sales of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and still selling like hotcakes, Nintendo decided not to release it on the Switch and use it as a launch title for the next console as the new Mario Kart, even when this game wasn't supposed to be a Mario Kart at the beginning. Not sure how much of this original content will survive at the end, but will be cool if they are going to the Nintendo All-Stars route. See you next year for new info. So basically they are saying they've heard talk of some sort of Mario Kart-like game featuring an all-star Nintendo cast. A crossover game similar to Super Smash Bros., but it might be saved for some future console and could actually be the next Mario Kart now, even if that wasn't initially what the idea for it was. And then they closed saying they aren't sure how much of this info will make it to whatever the end result of this project actually will be, but they'd be cool with a Nintendo Kart happening. Now, Marco Maru has had their fair share of right and wrong information in the past, as most people who talk about leaks and rumors do, so I just took note of this and didn't think too much of it at face value. Then at the beginning of this month, Leaky Pandy, another person on Twitter with their share of sometimes shaky leak information, wrote this. In a list of things they said would be revealed this year, they wrote Mario Kart 10/Crossroads. Been exposed to both names, unsure of final one, features multiple IP. So some cool stuff in that list if any of it is actually true. I'm dying for a new Pikmin game personally, but obviously the important thing of note for this topic, the topic at hand here, is that they mention Mario Kart 10/Crossroads and that it will feature multiple IPs as in multiple game series and not just the Mario series. Now one oddity here of course is that the two names they have heard are Mario Kart 10 and Crossroads. Sean Hicks Art noted that Crossroads is a perfect title for a crossover-themed Mario Kart, and I totally agree. But we are on Mario Kart 9, not Mario Kart 10. The last game in the mainline numbered Mario Kart games has been Mario Kart 8, or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the re-release anyway. Maybe the re-release of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on Switch could be considered the 9th entry, or maybe Mario Kart Tour, the mobile game, is the 9th Mario Kart. Or even Mario Kart Live Circuit, perhaps, is the Mario Kart 9 in Nintendo's eyes. Who knows? Honestly, as I'm pointing out all the latest Mario Kart releases, and they weren't numbered, if Nintendo really wanted to skip 9 and go right to 10 for their next big console Mario Kart, as getting 9 out of the way makes for a more exciting sounding Mario Kart 10, they clearly had some opportunities to do so with all these recent Mario Kart entries that weren't numbered. Could have stuck Mario Kart 9 on like Mario Kart Tour. Could have been called Mario Kart 9, Mario Kart Tour, Mario Kart 9 Tour, the mobile game or whatever. Boom, it's done with. But whatever, I digress. We're technically on Mario Kart 9. Anyway, when asked about this, Leaky Pandy went on to say this. It stands out, right? Supposedly it's a play of words on the fact that the game goes beyond and introduces more Nintendo Nintendo characters. I'm always a bit wary anytime a leak has a very specific knowledge of things like this, the behind the scenes stuff, behind the scenes reasoning of something like the title of a game or any other decisions for why a game did something. Basically just because even when games are officially announced or officially released, sometimes we question why the company chose to do something, and it usually isn't until much later any information on the decisions for why things were made behind the scenes ever gets out to the public. So again, I'm always wary about this when it comes up in a leak, but hey, whatever. Anyway, regardless of it being called Mario Kart 10, or Mario Kart 9, or Mario Kart Crossroads, or whatever, the point is Leaky Pandy is reporting a similar rumor to Marco Maro about the next Mario Kart game, potentially being a Nintendo Kart game instead, with lots of Nintendo characters and multiple IPs, and not just the Mario series. So we have some solidarity between the rumors from two separate sources now, mattering to how you trust Marco Maro and Leaky Pandy's info. And not to imply that Leaky Pandy is doing this here, but it should be pointed out it's very easy to read a rumor from some other person who reports a leak or something and piggyback a similar leak. So despite having two sources with a similar concept in their leaks, we still always need to be wary of the possibility that one rumor could simply be echoing around, causing it to seem like it has lots of sources when it might not actually have that. It might just be coming from one place or being piggybacked off of. So yeah, anyway, we have two sources here saying the same thing, but let's keep in mind that two sources saying the same thing doesn't necessarily actually mean we have two sources when it comes to leaks. So after reading this from Leaky Pandy, once again, even with all this buildup, I still wasn't personally too swayed on this rumor's likeliness yet. However, now yet another person has started talking about a new Mario Kart, and this time it isn't just from someone on Twitter who likes to post about rumors and leaks, as the two people we had doing that have a somewhat shaky history with the results of talking about that stuff. Rather, this new info was from someone with a pretty solid background of getting inside information. Kantan Games' Dr. Serkan Toto on GameIndustry.biz said this: "I am aware Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still selling very well on the Nintendo Switch, but Mario Kart 9 is in active development and comes with a new twist, and Nintendo could tease it this year." So Dr. Serkan Toto here is calling it Mario Kart 9 and confirming it's in active development and could be shown to us this year. 2022 is the 30th anniversary of the Mario Kart series after all, so at least announcing, if not releasing, a new entry in the series would make a lot of sense. Of course, the really notable thing is that he specifies this one will come with a new twist. Now, I think you can make an argument for virtually every Mario Kart game that Nintendo has released will have a new twist. Whether that was two racers in Double Dash, or going to handheld or mobile, adding motorcycles alongside carts could have been considered a new twist, or adding motion control, riding up the walls, etc., all that stuff. Basically, rarely would Nintendo ever put out a new entry in the Mario Kart series without something new we could point to and claim it as a new twist, the gimmick for that game. But I will say him specifying that there's a new twist does kind of imply the twist will be rather notable. And of course, with Marco Maro and Leaky Pandy's rumors of the next Mario Kart being Smash-like and having multiple IPs involved, this new twist really might be a Nintendo Kart rather than a Mario Kart. A Mario Kart game in name, but with lots of other game series involved. Characters and tracks from things other than the Mario series. This, of course, wouldn't actually be anything completely out of left field. The main gimmick of the game being other Nintendo game franchises, of course, would be new, but we've had other stuff from other Nintendo games show up in Mario Kart. It was actually a pretty big part of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. There are several guest characters on the roster from Splatoon, Zelda, and Animal Crossing, and we got tracks and a kart from F-Zero. Using Amiibo, the Mii outfits went even further with stuff from Kirby, Metroid, and Star Fox, content from those games as well. And Mario Kart 8 isn't the first Mario Kart game to have Nintendo characters outside the Mario universe. Rob was in Mario Kart DS, though admittedly Mario Kart 8 is the first one to go really heavy on the other Nintendo game character content. Anyway, the point is, continuing this pattern with more guest characters could make sense, making that concept not just a small aspect of the game, but instead the entire main focus. Now, I definitely have some mixed feelings about this. I love the idea of a Nintendo Kart. I love the concept of Nintendo IPs crossing over into a shared universe. I love Super Smash Bros. After all. And while I love Smash for starting the whole platform fighter genre, and I'm a big fan of Smash's gameplay and everything the series has to offer, I fully admit, as a longtime gaming and Nintendo fanboy, the biggest draw to the series for me has always been the crossover element. Seeing lots of my favorite games and characters all together in one game is the big draw for me there. So yeah, Smash Kart sounds awesome. Sign me up. But I do somewhat fear what that could mean for the Mario Kart series, as I'm equally a Mario fanboy as much as I am a Nintendo in general fan. And clearly, I'm a really big fan of Mario characters. Let's take a look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's roster. This roster actually got some complaints from a lot of people, and I certainly have a few issues with it myself. While I'm personally a big fan of the Koopalings, so I've always disagreed with a common complaint I hear from a lot of people who think they take up too much of the roster, there's certainly some unnecessary bulk here that seems to have pushed out spots for other potential Mario characters. For instance, most notably, and annoying to me, is Pink Gold Peach. I have a figure of Pink Gold Peach. I don't even know why I have this. I hate this character. I actually like Metal Mario, as he feels like a truly Mario 64 character, and I love Mario 64. But do we really need Tanuki Mario and Cat Peach to be anything other than costumes for Mario and Peach? Do we really need this many babies? As far as I'm aware, Baby Mario got his start in Yoshi's Island, and Baby Luigi was there as well at the end. There were a few more babies in the Yoshi's Island DS game, though oddly the babies they added here in Mario Kart are just all the princesses and not the babies from the Yoshi's Island DS game, so that's weird. And then, of course, we have a whole row of this roster for guest characters, which I think is honestly pretty cool. Again, I like Nintendo stuff doing crossovers. However, with all this stuff, we don't have some Mario Kart characters you might expect with a roster this size. Characters like Birdo or Diddy Kong. Diddy Kong was a Hot Wheels car for Mario Kart, for crying out loud. Honestly, when Mario Kart 8 didn't have Diddy Kong, I thought maybe Diddy Kong Racing was getting a sequel, like something like that was in the works, so they left him out on purpose. But then, nope, we didn't get a Diddy Kong Racing sequel. So it's even more jarring since Diddy has a racing element to his character's history with that spin-off racing game he had. Oh well, I'm not really trying to sit here and complain about the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe roster. Seems like a moot point, and it's a decent roster anyway. I do like it overall. But what I'm getting at is that even in the last entry, we were missing some characters that felt like they should be here. Characters who have been in Mario Kart before. So, if this next game decides to go full-on Nintendo Kart instead, will the roster end up excluding even more characters we'd expect in a Mario Kart game? Maybe. And perhaps cutting Mario characters in favor of Nintendo characters could be the right move these days. Consider Mario Kart Tour. It's an ongoing mobile Mario Kart game with continuing updates, and it has easily the best roster of Mario Kart characters of any Mario Kart game. Possibly the best roster of any Mario game. Rip Mario Super Sluggers. I mean, just look at this thing. Sure, a ton of it is cosmetic costumes, but it legit has more Mario characters available to play as than any Mario Kart ever. So maybe Nintendo's logic with doing a Nintendo Kart instead of a straight-up Mario Kart could be they'll keep adding Mario characters to Mario Kart Tour. That game is continually adding new things still. While the next console entry Mario game will delve into Nintendo characters instead. So we'll get the Mario characters in the mobile game, but the next actual Mario Kart game will add characters from other things. Admittedly, while I'm someone who gets excited about something like King Babam being added to a Mario Kart game, the general public probably would rather see someone like Link or Kirby in their Mario Kart roster. I love the more obscure side of Mario. I'm a Geno fan after all. So yeah, I've been waiting to see some of the characters from side Mario and Mario adjacent games to show up in Mario Kart. But maybe Nintendo thinks the hardcore Mario fans could get their characters in Mario Kart Tour, while the general public playing the next console Mario Kart game will get the core Mario cast still in that game, alongside other more recognizable Nintendo characters. It might make sense in Nintendo's mind to go that route. They do seem to avoid adding a lot of the one-off and lesser-known Mario characters to major roles in Mario games for whatever reason. And with the point Mario Kart Tour is at, they almost have to start reaching into those more obscure stuff if they want to continue adding truly new characters, since they have so many of the staple Mario characters on the roster already. Now, I might sound a bit greedy with this next statement, but I should comment that the roster for a Mario Kart game could just be gigantic. Mario Kart Tour, being a mobile game, doesn't have to be unique in that regard. A huge roster for Mario Kart honestly could be the norm for the series if Nintendo wanted. What I mean is, adding a character to Mario Kart isn't like adding a character to Smash. The racers just have some minor stat changes, and then it's basically just cosmetic stuff. Create a render for the character and a few animations while they're driving. Not even close to the amount of animations and stuff that goes into a Smash character, or any fighting game character. Especially when you consider balancing characters in Smash, coming up with unique and new gameplay styles, none of that sort of thing factors into a racing game character. To continue with this Smash analogy here, I think when we're talking about adding new characters to Mario Kart, we're probably talking slightly above Mii costume levels amounts of development time and work to put characters in the game. Way below something like an Echo Fighter and of course a new playable character in Smash. Creating a Mario Kart character just seems like it would be a lot more simple. Again, a render and a few animations. So, if Nintendo does decide to go Nintendo Kart on us, well, maybe the Mario side of the roster need not suffer losses at all. If the whole draw for the game, the gimmick of this next game, is the characters and who's here, racing game characters should be simple to add. So just go all out if you're making the characters the focus. No reason not to. Actually, continuing down that train of thought, and with all that in mind, the question that comes up is, are the characters in a Mario Kart, or racing game in general, really that important at all? While I'm personally a huge fan of characters and rosters for video games, is it really a good idea to bank on the look who's here gimmick for the next Mario Kart? Again, this isn't like Smash, where all the characters have tons of unique moves and animation. They'd just be driving cars. So people probably won't be as excited to see any character make it into a Mario Kart game like they might be for a character getting into something like Super Smash Bros. And some characters from Nintendo series might not even fit that well for driving a kart. As in, something like that might not really be what their game series is about at all. Though the same could easily be said for many of the Smash characters not really being fighters, and hey, Sakurai makes it work anyway. So I guess having characters who aren't drivers driving is probably still totally fine. I don't think anybody would actually complain about that. And if the game is all about the crossover aspect, it wouldn't just be the roster of characters that would be exciting about this. It would be the selection of racetracks, which would actually likely be the more exciting part about which game series end up in this crossover. Racing as the character would be cool, of course, but seeing racetracks themed after the game series these characters are from would probably be the most visually exciting part of seeing a big crossover Nintendo racing game. And I suppose the game doesn't have to be compared to Smash in terms of hype for which characters are getting in. Although I do think if this rumor is true, and they are considering a Nintendo Kart over a Mario Kart, that likely does stem from Super Smash Bros. To some extent. So let's discuss that. Smash Ultimate is over, and one major point of discussion has been, where does the series go from here? Sakurai seems to be taking a well-deserved break, and has said it's probably best to forget about him for a while, suggesting he doesn't know when or what his next project will be. He's on break for now. So if this next Mario Kart is actually more of a Smash Kart or Nintendo Kart or whatever, I don't think Sakurai would be at the helm, although he does have a history with racing games with the excellent Kirby's Air Ride. But Sakurai did mention this. When talking about what could be in store for the future of the Smash Bros. Series, he said, "However, if we try to keep things fresh by shifting to a different genre or greatly changing the direction, then it's no longer a Super Smash Bros. Game. I can't deny that making this title so expansive has made it a tough act to follow." So that part about switching genres has been something I've seen many people talk about when discussing where the Smash series could go from here. Should it switch genres entirely? Basically, can you even top Smash Ultimate, and if you can't, is it worth it to make another entry with less content? Or do you take a hard left turn and make something completely different? Something that goes in a totally new direction for the series? Something like switching genres? And I've even mentioned this before myself, one option could be a Smash racing game. Now, going by the rumors and stuff we have, this doesn't sound like it would be a Smash racing game, but the concept of a Nintendo Kart would essentially be the same idea. So it sounds like this would be a Mario Kart game if the rumors are to be believed, but with a heavy focus on Nintendo stuff. So it wouldn't be an entry in the Smash Brothers series, but it would sort of have the spirit of Smash with that crossover element. And that, of course, has been something people have been talking about as a potential future for Smash, so people are at least somewhat thinking about and interested in that idea. And once again, keep in mind, Super Smash Bros. Is over, and that means the hype train of character reveals and the big Nintendo crossover is done for now. Nintendo might want to try and salvage some of that hype, make some game that can fill that void and be somewhat equivalent, and a Nintendo Kart might be just the thing to do it. Again, it wouldn't actually be Super Smash Bros., it wouldn't actually involve Sakurai, but it could be that different genre Smash type game, a Nintendo Kart. I will say, seeing something like Pikachu in some Pokeball Kart in a Kanto-themed bike path stage, or Olimar in his Dolphin Kart driving around a Pikmin-themed stage sounds pretty awesome to me. And Nintendo owns a ton of IPs, among which there are a ton of game series I'm always ecstatic to see get any acknowledgement from Nintendo. Lots and lots of the game series that Nintendo owns probably won't be getting a new game anytime soon. But acknowledging these game series by giving them a racer and a stage in some Nintendo Kart? Sure, why not? Much easier than all the development time and staff that would go into making those series their own brand new game that Nintendo might not even want to bank on. This is basically what happened with F-Zero getting stages in Mario Kart 8. And while it of course isn't as good as a new F-Zero game, I know Nintendo fanboys like myself out there are often dying for any acknowledgement for a lot of their favorite series that have been lying dormant. Little Mac or Isaac from Golden Sun showing up here with fully modern rendered stages, or characters from the Mother series getting some love from Nintendo with a Mother themed stage. Stuff like that would be a dream come true to many Nintendo fans, and I'm all about that. So far, Super Smash Bros. Has been the only way to get that sort of acknowledgement and representation for a lot of the dormant Nintendo franchises, but a Smash type racing game could do the same, and that has a lot of potential in my opinion, something that I think could really please the fans. And this leads to our next topic. Would this be a Nintendo Kart with only Nintendo franchises as guests, or would it be more of a modern Super Smash Bros. Kart, where any gaming character might show up? I talked before about how Mario Kart has already had guest Nintendo characters, but it's also had third-party guest characters already as well. Pac-Man characters were in Mario Kart Arcade GP. I've actually played this one in the arcades in Japan. And Don-chan from the Taiko Drum arcade machine was also a guest in Mario Kart Arcade GP DX. These are both Bandai Namco-owned characters, but there you go. Third-party characters have been in Mario Kart already. It's not unprecedented. And when you consider the modern gaming scene, the rivalries of the past and refusal to do crossovers just aren't really there anymore. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics is an ongoing game series, and Smash Bros. Ultimate is basically the poster boy for this. Companies seem much more willing to lend their characters to a Nintendo game than they ever have before in the past. When the first Super Smash Bros. Game came out, it was a Nintendo crossover title. It wasn't until Brawl with Snake and Sonic that the roster branched outside Nintendo characters. And for some people hopeful for Nintendo-owned characters, this ended up likely preventing some Nintendo characters from making it onto the roster for Smash, in favor of getting more new third-party characters in game series to be included instead. I mean, let's be honest here. Dixie Kong, Waluigi, one-off Zelda characters like Midna, all would likely be playable characters, playable fighters in Smash at this point if the Smash roster had remained exclusively Nintendo stuff. I don't like saying some characters take spots away from other characters, but I think in the broad sense of third-party stuff being in the game at all, of course, did take away time for Nintendo characters. Like I talked about earlier, adding general Nintendo characters to Mario Kart's roster might cut out some of the Mario series characters. And if third-party characters and game series are also involved here as well, then the inclusion of more obscure Nintendo IPs might get pushed aside in favor of big-name third-party stuff instead. Which could be a bit of a shame mattering to how you look at it, since like I said before, seeing some of the lesser-known Nintendo franchises getting some attention with a modern-day graphical game, a Mario Kart game, would be an awesome prayer to many of those series fans. And a Nintendo Kart game would be a great place to do that for a lot of these series that are dormant and probably won't be getting new games. It would be a great place to acknowledge them in a more minimum way than giving them a brand new game. But if you start adding third-party stuff to the mix, then I don't know if those dormant series will really get that kind of attention. And if this hypothetical rumored Mario Kart game is actually an attempt to truly capture the missing hype of Smash and put it into a different Nintendo series, then yeah, I think adding third-party stuff probably makes a lot of sense to Nintendo. I think Nintendo is well aware of the hype third-party crossover content brought to Smash Bros. And if they are trying to replicate that with a new crossover game, a game they have more control of that would be active and not done like Smash Ultimate, something like adding a bunch of crossover elements to Mario Kart, they would likely definitely dip into third-party games to do that crossover. Again, if the whole point in doing this is to try to capture that Smash hype. Now, an earlier point I made should be brought up again, which is a racing game adding a character is much simpler than a fighting game adding a character. And there's basically no reason a Mario Kart roster couldn't be absolutely massive with all the Mario characters you could possibly want, plus a ton of Nintendo characters and a ton of third-party characters, if Nintendo so chooses to negotiate for those third-party characters. That would be the only thing really preventing adding new characters. But actual development time for each character shouldn't take all that much. Creating a character and kart is a few simple animations and then some tweaks to the stat bars. It's way simpler than making Smash Fighters. So legit, if the crossover element and who's on the roster is going to be the main gimmick of this game, then don't skimp out here. Go absolutely nuts, Nintendo, and add as much as possible. Characters from both Mario and all your Nintendo series. Again, of course, negotiating for third-party stuff has its own hurdles, so I understand if those are difficult to add, but all the stuff Nintendo owns, creating those characters shouldn't be that difficult, and if the gimmick here is the characters and the roster, make it huge. Now, the thing that would take time and reasonably means they'd have to cut down how much stuff they can add to this game is the development of the tracks for each of those game series. That, of course, isn't just a few simple renders and animation. That's a huge, giant undertaking. So if every game series has to get its own track, then yeah, that makes sense to have to cut down on stuff a bit. But still, I think this is a great opportunity for some of the lesser-known, more dormant Nintendo series to get some love, so I hope that happens here. And I hope it doesn't cut down on the Mario content. But this is Nintendo we're talking about, so we do have to think about how they tend to do things, and again, adding Nintendo characters could cut down on how much Mario stuff is here, and adding third-party series could cut down on how much Nintendo stuff is here overall, which makes the whole concept and how they decide to approach it a mixed bag of excitement and concern for me personally. Obviously, there are characters from all three of those categories I'd love to see get any attention here. I'm a fan of the outlier Mario stuff, and this could sadly be a death blow to getting any of those types of characters in the next Mario Kart. Although, maybe Mario Kart Tour will continue in that direction and add some really obscure stuff. Or maybe making this next console Mario Kart its main overall focus and attention being put on characters could lead to simply a giant roster like I've been talking about, with tons of characters from both within and outside the Mario series. So maybe this could actually lead to lots and lots of characters from everything. Maybe this will become Nintendo's game where they dive even harder than Super Smash Bros. Does into adding just about every character people might want to see. There are of course more obscure Nintendo games like Punch-Out or Golden Sun, which could get some attention, and I'm a huge fan of seeing that happen here. Those are games I love. And then there's the possibility of third-party stuff. And although I keep talking about how that might cut content from the Nintendo and Mario stuff, I'd actually love to see a lot of third-party things in a big crossover racing game. Banjo getting in Smash was amazing for me. And Banjo actually started off as a racing game character in Diddy Kong Racing. He'd be such a perfect fit in a big crossover racing game, especially one featuring Mario and Diddy Kong. He's sort of the link between Mario Kart and Diddy Kong Racing. And of course, Banjo has a history with cars and racing beyond Diddy Kong Racing too. Here he is racing with Sonic, and of course we had Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Speaking of Sonic, could Sonic show up and simply run while everyone else is in a cart? That could be cool. Though speaking of this particular Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing game, I suppose there might be some hesitation from the third-party companies to give their characters to Nintendo for a big crossover racing game, since many third-party companies have actually tried their hand at their own racing-style Mario Kart-style games, generally trying to cash in on the Mario Kart popularity and have their own rival game to compete with it. Actually giving their characters to Mario Kart itself might sort of be throwing in the towel in a way, kind of admitting Mario Kart reigns supreme in the kart racing games. I don't know if this would be an issue or not with the companies themselves, but it's something to think about. I could see it being a little bit more of a hesitation to give away their characters for a Mario Kart game than a Smash game. Smash Bros. Is obviously the king of platform fighters. Its competition never even came close, so I think most companies were totally fine negotiating away their characters to be in Smash, as they had no plans to make a rival-type game. Most of the major companies that put characters in Smash aren't trying to make a competing platform fighter. But Mario Kart might be a bit trickier in that regard. Would Capcom, for instance, give out Mega Man for Mario Kart? Or would they save him to try to make their own future racing game, like a Mega Man racing game or something in the future? I don't know. Also, Sakurai himself seems to be a master negotiator, and a big factor in getting all the game series we see in Smash. And of course, he probably wouldn't be involved in this next Mario Kart, Nintendo Kart, whatever game. Just look at this copyright list for Smash Ultimate. Could Nintendo do the same without Sakurai's help? I don't know. I'm getting really hypothetical here. This is like hypotheticals on top of some rumors. So for now, probably best not to debate too much on whether or not this game will have third-party characters or which companies will be involved or how heavily it would lean in third-party stuff. But I figured I'd bring up some of the things on my mind when thinking about this possible Smash Kart, Nintendo Kart, next Mario Kart, future Mario Kart series game. Now, I saved this for the end, but obviously I'd love to see Geno show up in anything. And Mario Kart is probably second to Super Smash Bros. In what could one day bring him back into the Mario series in some major way, put some major light on the character. And if this rumored game is actually a Mario Kart, of course, Geno being a Mario character does make a lot of sense to potentially put him here. And while we're talking about characters that could be in Mario Kart and not just a single full-blown playable Smash fighter, we might as well get Malo here too. Why not bring the two characters from Mario RPG into Mario Kart? I always thought they'd be perfect in like a Double Dash sequel together. Now, these two Mario RPG characters have always been in a really odd place. They're Mario characters, but they're actually owned by Square Enix. While adding lots of characters outside of Mario to make Mario Kart might seem like bad news for lesser-known, outlier-type Mario characters, the lesser-known Mario characters like Geno, it's possible Geno could actually be a perfect fit here if the game really does go full-on Smash Bros. And actually reaches out to some of those third-party companies for more characters. If the next Mario Kart was just Mario stuff again, there'd be no reason to ever contact Square. But if it is a big crossover game, and it is taking a note from Super Smash Bros., and it is going to go full third-party stuff, well then we could have Nintendo negotiating with Square on a Mario game. And, well, might actually be good news for Geno. Let me hope here. I don't know if that's actually how it would ever happen, but yeah, if it's a big crossover game, if they talk to third-party companies, if they talk to Square, and if you have Nintendo and Square talking about a Mario Kart game, talking about a Mario game, and everybody's been talking about Geno over the last couple of years, it's totally possible we could finally see Geno back in a major Nintendo game in a major way, and that would be awesome. Alright, well I guess those are my thoughts on a possible Nintendo Kart. If it turns out wrong and we just get a Mario character roster again for the next game, I hope whatever the twist is, it's cool. And I hope they take a lesson from Mario Kart Tour and add tons of characters, tons of Mario characters and costumes. If it is a Nintendo Kart, I hope Nintendo series that don't get a lot of attention often can actually have a chance to shine here with this one. And we can see some of those game series rendered in modern day graphics and as racers and tracks and everything here. And if this does go full on Smash Ultimate with the character hype reveals and third-party stuff being involved, then I'm hopeful for my favorite characters like Banjo-Kazooie and Geno to have a chance once again here for this game. And I'm sure there's lots and lots of other characters I didn't mention I'd be very happy to see show up in a big crossover Mario Kart racing game. So if this rumor is true or not, at least it's exciting to think about. Though again, I do have some mixed feelings mattering to how they actually decide to go about this concept. Hopefully, we will see something from Nintendo this year about this next Mario Kart game and know if it's actually going full-on Super Smash Bros. Or not. Now, before I wrap up this video, just a few quick things. Lost Levels, or the real Super Mario Bros. 2, is on the Western Nintendo Switch Online, and it even has a clean Lost Levels title straight out of the cover of Super Mario All-Stars. And I love that. Little details like that are just so awesome for an old-school Nintendo fan like myself. And we learned E3 is going to once again be an all-digital event this year. It's fine with me, but it is crazy to think it's happening once again. I wonder if this one had been a live presentation, if we'd have gotten some cool Breath of the Wild 2 displays had it actually been that like in-person event. But oh well, looks like it's not going to happen. Alright, well that's everything I wanted to talk about in this video. What do you guys think about the next Mario Kart game possibly branching out into being a big crossover game with lots of Nintendo stuff and potentially even going full on Super Smash Brothers and having like third-party characters and all sorts of wacky stuff crossing over into the game? Personally, I have some mixed feelings about it, especially for the Mario Kart series overall, but it is a concept a lot of people have been talking about and probably something Nintendo should try sooner or later. Whether or not it's the end-all right direction for the Mario Kart series, I'm not sure, but we can't really know what this would be like until Nintendo tries it, so I'd actually be pretty excited if at least for one game Nintendo attempted a big crossover racing game. Alright, well if you guys have any thoughts or comments about any of the stuff I talked about in this video, leave them below.
Remember to like the video, leave a comment in the section below, and subscribe to PapaGenos!
Twitter, Patreon, Discord.